You are listening to The Vocal Technologist. Spoken tech for your ears.
You ever get that feeling? Like the playbook you've been running for years is suddenly, I don't know, just obsolete.
Oh, definitely. It feels like that's exactly where we are right now, especially in tech.
Yeah. We've gathered a whole stack of current thinking, founder notes, analysis, even some leaked metrics. It gives this like immediate snapshot of what the sharpest teams are building.
And how they're funding it, how they're finding that edge in this, well, let's face it, pretty chaotic AI era.
Exactly. We're not going to rehash the basics today. This is about getting you that shortcut straight into the thinking of founders writing the new rules. We're pulling out the key insights on, building products now, how valuations are working, and maybe the most important thing, building a real lasting advantage. Okay, let's unpack this, starting with the product itself. If you're building software, the whole idea of a good product seems to be changing, right? Moving away from just piling on features.
It's almost like an iron law, isn't it?
Yeah.
That products eventually collapse under their own weight. Feature creep. Every team adds more stuff to compete,
Right.
then suddenly the user experience is just cluttered. It stops doing the core thing well.
Yeah, it gets messy.
So the real innovation paradox now, I think, is knowing when to stop, when to actually go back to the version that just works. That makes sense again.
And the way that seems to be happening is through like conversational interfaces. We're sort of in this, what should we call it, the ChatGPT App Store moment.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
OpenAI rolling out apps inside ChatGPT.
Right, like saying, Spotify, make me a playlist, or DoorDash, order my usual.
Exactly. Now look, right now it might feel a bit clunky, a bit like those early web apps on the first iPhone maybe.
A little bit, yeah.
But you got to look at the direction it's heading.
Yeah.
As OpenAI expands its SDK, letting it handle memory, state, Actions developers are going to build truly native conversational apps, not just text generators.
So that's the consumer side. But then you've got Anthropic doing something parallel on the dev side with Claude Code plugins.
Yeah, they're tackling complexity for developers. Those plugins are in public beta now.
Okay.
Users can install these custom modular agents/commands. Think of it like instead of some huge setup for a complex task, you just install the plugin you need.
Breaks it down.
Right. It makes the AI less like one giant black box and more like a toolkit of specialized modules you can combine.
And you see established companies scrambling to adapt. Airtable, for example. They didn't just, slap an AI button on.
No, they went deep.
Hmm.
Hired David Azouz, former OpenAI leader, as CTO, and they acquired DeepSky.
That DeepSky acquisition felt significant. An AI super agent company.
Highly strategic. Airtable realized, I think, that just adding generative features wasn't the answer. They needed agents that could automate whole workflows.
Mm-hmm.
DeepSky is basically their fast track to becoming a multi-product AI native company, automating research, internal development, you name it. They know if they don't simplify and automate like crazy, they risk becoming irrelevant.
Which brings us to the money. Build the right product, simple enough people use it, and the funding tends to follow, right? So let's pivot from product structure to money structure, funding, valuation. And there's this really neat founder trick for estimating competitor loyalty. Here's where it gets really interesting.
Well, the speed of capital right now is something else. Truly unprecedented.
Especially in AI.
Oh, yeah. Gen AI startups are breaking records. Companies like AnySphere, Cognition, going from Series A to C in less than a year.
Wow.
You see acceleration in fintech, space tech too, but AI is really setting the pace.
So when investors are moving that quickly, what's the metric they're obsessing over? It can't just be user growth anymore.
It's efficiency, specifically efficiency through automation.
Okay.
Formerly Trepp Actions, they're the perfect case study. Going for an IPO at, $6.9 billion valuation?
And the key number was?
Their gross margin increase. They deployed an AI agent, Ava, handles about half their customer support now.
Half? That's huge.
It is. And it pushed their gross margins from 60% up to 72%. Imagine seeing that in S1, filing that 12-point jump.
Yeah, investors love that.
It screams operational maturity. It shows growth isn't just about hiring more people. It's scalable automation. Efficiency is absolutely king right now.
That focus on prediction and efficiency kind of leads us to prediction markets too, right? Kalshi just raised a huge round.
$300 million, yeah. Valued at $5 billion now, with plans to go global.
And they've got competition hot on their heels.
Oh, yeah. Polymarket, their rival, supposedly valued around $9 billion. And they're gearing up to re-enter the U.S. market.
So these massive valuations tell us.
Investors are betting big. that these markets become like a fundamental layer for information aggregation and risk assessment, a core financial tool.
Okay, now tell us about this founder trick, the pricing ratio. You said it helps estimate competitor churn.
Yeah, it's surprisingly simple, almost low-tech, but it's based on sound economics.
How does it work?
Well, think about it. Most subscription companies know, pretty accurately, the average month when their monthly subscribers tend to churn out.
Okay, makes sense.
So they price their annual plan strategically. Usually, the discount makes the annual cost just slightly more than what they'd get from that average churning monthly user. They want to lock you in before you hit that typical churn point.
Ah, I see. So you divide the annual price by the monthly price.
Exactly. That gives you the ratio. A low ratio suggests shorter average retention.
Give us an example.
Okay, say a tool is $25 a month, but $100 a year. The ratio is 4. That implies the company figures the average user bounces after month 3.
Right, so they offer 12 months for the price of 4 monthly payments, hoping to capture revenue they probably wouldn't get otherwise.
Precisely. Codecademy apparently used this. They had like 4 or 5 month retention struggles, which is pretty common for edutech. So they set their annual price equivalent to 6 months of monthly payments, a ratio of 6.
Locking users in just past that tricky churn point.
Exactly. It's a quick way for founders, or anyone really, to gauge how sticky a competitor's product actually might be.
That's clever. Okay, so the pricing trick tells you if the product works. But if it doesn't, or if you want true long-term survival, maybe we need to look inward at the team, the structure.
That's the next layer. Moving from external metrics to internal structure and mindset. Investors usually look at, the classic defensibility factors. Cost advantages, network effects, retention, switching costs, IP.
The usual suspects.
Right. But in the AI age, those feel increasingly fragile. Models get copied, data gets replicated.
So what's left? The material we looked at points to something much less tangible, the founder's mindset moat.
Exactly that. In this AI sort of gold rush, the tech itself can often be replicated pretty quickly. Code can be generated, models retrained.
But you can't copy conviction.
You can't copy the founder's deep, maybe even stubborn, resolve to play the long game. To stick with a weird idea when everyone else bails, that ability to just absorb setbacks, iterate, survive, that's the real moat now.
It's why big tech isn't just buying startups, they're buying founders.
They're buying the resolve, the talent, the conviction. Yeah.
There's a great case study on this kind of radical thinking. Creedle. Tiny startup, right?
Yeah, hit 7 figures ARR with only 13 people. And they did it by basically ignoring most standard startup advice.
How so?
They flipped the model. Instead of working forward from a product roadmap, they worked backward from the business outcome they wanted.
Interesting. And hiring.
Focused on hungry people.
Oh.
Took a cue from places like early Palantir, apparently. Noticed that top performers often didn't have the fancy 5 years at Google resumes. They looked for raw potential drive.
And operationally, I heard it was pretty unconventional.
Totally. No product managers, no ticketing systems. Engineers own the business results directly.
Meaning?
If something breaks or a client needs something, the engineer who built it is responsible for the outcome. Full ownership.
Wow. And the results?
0 enterprise churn. And over 100% net revenue retention, meaning existing clients keep spending more. It shows that intense focus works.
That discomfort of focus idea.
Yeah, most founders chase breadth because it feels safer,
Yeah.
But real speed comes from committing to one, painfully specific customer profile.
Yeah.
Saying no doesn't close doors. It just opens the right ones faster.
Which connects to that tougher point you made about the wasted talent epidemic.
Right. The argument is that, look, high salaries in big companies can sometimes mask a deeper cost. Companies are often paying people simply to be replaceable.
Ouch.
Yeah. I mean, many corporate jobs don't need you specifically. They just need someone who can follow the procedures. The challenge for founders and employees alike is to build something, do work that is genuinely irreplaceable. That matters more long-term than just being well paid.
Okay, so radical internal focus is key. But how does that translate externally? Because you can have the best internal setup and still fail if you fall into the performance trap.
Yeah, the external game. And the difference between, let's call it lazy marketing and top-tier growth is stark.
Lazy being.
Generic LinkedIn posts, running ads without a clear hypothesis, just building something and hoping people find it.
Right. And top operators.
They build personal brands.
No.
They actively cultivate communities. They design channels with negative customer acquisition cost.
Hold on. Define negative CAC again for everyone.
Sure. Negative CAC means the channel you use to get a customer actually pays you for the acquisition. Think like high-margin affiliate programs where the payout exceeds the cost, or word of mouth so strong that referrals generate more profit than the initial acquisition cost.
The holy grail.
Pretty much. They engineer virality, basically.
That's the goal. But a huge pitfall is that false consensus effect, right? We talk about this on my show, The Vocal Technologist, trying to avoid it, assuming everyone thinks like you do.
It's so easy to fall into, especially for technical. I love this feature, so users must love it.
Yeah, guilty.
But it's costly. I mean, Amazon built its empire on A/B testing, not executive opinions. Netflix, remember when they dropped all of House of Cards at once? They saw people binge-watching like 6 episodes straight, totally defying the old TV wisdom about pacing.
You have to test. Your customer's probably not you. And that pressure to show success feeds into this choreography trap.
Yeah, it's that constant need founders feel to post wins online, show momentum, participate in that reciprocal praise loop on social media.
The performance of success.
Exactly. And the danger is that performing success can quietly replace the actual hard private work of building something durable. The public momentum shouldn't overshadow the private building.
One last external point, how people find you. SEO isn't just keywords anymore.
No, not at all. Search is becoming a conversation powered by AI. So effective strategy means mapping the user journey.
Knowing why they're searching.
Precisely. Are they just exploring a topic? Are they comparing solutions? Are they ready to buy? You have to match your content, your interaction to that specific stage in their query or prompt. Treating all searches the same just doesn't work now.
Okay, wow. That was quite a ride through the Modern Founders reality check. So summing it up, what's the core tension for someone building today?
I think it's mastering 2 almost competing things at once. First, that ruthless automated efficiency like Naven, getting 72% margins with AI.
Right, the machine side.
And second, that radical human advantage, the irreplaceable conviction, the extreme focus, like Creel showed. You need to be world-class at both automation and uniquely human insight.
Managing that tension is the game now.
And that leads to one final, maybe slightly provocative thought. It's based on this idea of lesser apes.
Okay.
As these AI tools get incredibly good at handling cognitive tasks, writing code, customer support, analysis, there's a potential risk. The risk is that, well, we might stop thinking quite as hard ourselves.
Our own intellectual muscles might atrophy.
Could happen. We could lose some of those instincts for problem solving if we outsource too much thinking. So the real challenge is using these amazing tools for efficiency, for execution, without letting our own ability to think deeply, to be creative, fade away.
Use the tools, but don't let them replace your core thinking. A challenge for all of us, I suppose. So maybe the question to leave everyone with is, what are you building? What are you contributing that only you or your unique team can create?
That's the question.
Something to think about. Thanks for unpacking all that.
My pleasure.
Spoken Tech, for your ears.